So right at the moment we are back to pretty much normal life in Taipei, which was shaken very strongly at just 2 minutes before 8 a.m. this morning. But rescue workers and authorities are trying to assess the situation in Hualien. Our understanding at the moment is that there may have been some house collapses over there. It's possible that some people have been trapped. My understanding is that there have been no fatalities reported, which is fantastic news, obviously, because this is an island which regularly gets earthquakes and has had some fairly severe ones. The government assessed the scale of this tremor, which I think the USGS put at 7.4 magnitude, as being the most severe since 1999, when the so-called 921 earthquake claimed more than 2,000 lives. The initial response to the earthquake was that there were some evacuations from facilities, including some TSMC plants where they make high-end semiconductor materials. These are often precautionary and they don't necessarily indicate any disruption to the supply chain. The maps of the earthquake, plus the aftershocks, which we've been feeling fairly regularly in the last hour and a half, have indicated that they're mainly on the east of the island, which is separated from the west of the island, which is the industrial zone, by a large mountain chain. So right now, I would assess that Taipei itself, appears to be fine. I think schools are being given the option of closing if they need to. The industrial sector of the island, we have seen some evacuations, and there are immediate assessments by the companies involved to see how much damage there is, but we haven't had any indication that there will be disruptions to supply. It's in the east, which is a little bit more remote, where we have to try and wait for more information to see how much damage there is, and hopefully there will be no fatalities.
The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center has now issued a statement that the tsunami threat from Taiwan and the earthquake has now passed. Adrian, you mentioned that it's business as usual. Could you just talk us through, did you have any trouble getting to work today? How does the outside of the office look? What's your general sense of, is everything pretty much, I wouldn't say back to normal, but is everything operating almost at normal as far as Taipei is concerned, Adrian?
Okay, well, of course, at Bloomberg we get into the office a lot earlier than the quake struck, but there was a little bit of disruption to the MRT, the Mass Rapid Transit System here. There was my understanding is there was a brief suspension, but that it's resumed travel. People are traveling around the city as normal, and things are back to normal, in most of this city that I can see. The one proviso I would say is that Taiwan has had previous earthquakes whereby there has been a very minimum damage to most facilities and most buildings. But in 2016, for example, there was a major earthquake in the south, and the overwhelming majority of casualties, which, there were more than 100 fatalities, occurred just because of a single building collapse. So I guess the major concern is that, like, within Hualien, there's not damage which rescuers or officials have been unable to assess yet.